Hey guys, what's up? JX here with yet another LEGO review. I know, 2 videos in one night. I'm kind of cheating here. So, we're going to jump right into it. There's my minifigure for scale reference. Oh, this video quality is terrible. It says 720p. It is not 720p. Guess that's what you get for using a budget phone for your main recording source. But yes, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it with the AH-1Z Cobra Attack Helicopter. This helicopter is very iconic to the Vietnam War. Back during the Vietnam War, the United States needed to come up with a solution to the Hind gunship because Hueys were being decimated because they're heavier and they're slower than gunships. Just by default, they're not made for fast strafe run attacks. They were made and built primarily for the safe transportation of troops. So the solution was the Cobra Attack Chopper. And it features, the real model features Hellfire missile pods as well as a nose cannon, or maybe even just minigun. I don't know, I didn't really do the research behind the chopper. But I did just give you guys a little bit of history. As you can see, the top propeller spins. The tail propeller spins. That one doesn't have as much friction. This one, it's kind of outward heavy, so it spins nicely, sort of like a giant fidget spinner. It was totally inappropriate, I'm sorry. From my most recent Lego purchase, the airport cargo plane, I took this straight off the sticker sheet and stuck it on the side. You can't see it at all, but it's the gas can because I felt like it was an important detail for an important aircraft, for an important war. Well, I guess it's not important nowadays, but it was significant for its time. You can see the gunship's main details are light and dark bluish gray, sort of a combo pattern. I tried to keep it as even and as neat as I could with the parts I had on hand. The entire ship is built on a 2-wide base. It's just built on 2-wide. All the details here, these panels here, they peel right off. Look at that. That was connected with a 1x4, and I just showed you guys how to build this thing. If you can't build it just from what I just showed you, then you fail. Probably not. No, you don't fail. I love you. There are some gauges, maybe an altimeter and a speedometer, or whatever a helicopter actually has. A control yoke. I was going to put a heads-up display here because it's a heads-up display here on this modified brick because, well, it's a modern helicopter. This isn't exactly a Vietnam-era AH-1. I think the most notable things about this is it seats one minifigure. Sadly, it could fit two if I really squeezed, but it looked terribly uncomfortable and way more inaccurate. So, appropriately enough, it seats a minifig. I think the scale looks very nice compared to it. I mean, it's a big helicopter. His eyes are sort of looking straight into the nose here, but if you think about it, it's flying and it's angled. He's got a pretty good line of sight here when it's flying and shooting and making strafe runs and such. I tried to keep the proportions as best as I could. I feel like, in person looks a lot better. On camera, it looks kind of compressed and wonky because it is kind of compressed and a lot of it wonky. I think you guys saw this. That could have been off frame for a minute, but it has a hinged canopy that opens and closes. It's very sturdy. The build itself is quite sturdy. It's not gonna break. I built it to be played with because that's Lego's rules, so I'm just gonna abide by them. It looks good. It plays good. The most notable features, again, is one of those Lego store stickers. It's sort of a snake, just to, resemble the Cobra. Some of those 2x2 slopes, the two plate tall ones, right on each side, just to give the thing a little more curve. If I get this just out of the way, you can see it's very sleek. It's very smooth. It transitions very nicely. Up top, I did the same thing here. I used 1x3 single brick high slopes, curved slopes, with these little angled vents on some 1x2 brackets, just like the Rebel speeder bike, because since I discovered that technique, it's literally my most favorite intake technique. It's so smooth and sleek and actually follows what a real Cobra looks like, very much so. The height and depth of the propeller isn't quite what I think it should be, but you know, I put more of those 1x2 brackets on, and you know, slapped these little lipped tiles on there, lipped plates. Wow, I am terrible. And as we rotated towards the back, you can see there's an exhaust port, an onboard tail light, and again, the whole entire build is, oh, it's kind of loose, is 2 bricks wide, the base at least. And that enabled me to sort of keep it slim, keep it sleek. It still seats a minifigure. It could seat 2 if I really went digging and did some work. Up here, the entire tail section is just held on to 3 2x2 jumper plates. Alright, we're going to slap that back on. I don't have any standard Lego skids, otherwise I would have used them. So I had to do some brick building here to do skids. I think they get the point across, and you know, they're kind of hidden mostly by the Hellfire pods, so that's something. And another one of my prouder things is definitely the Hellfire pods. I mean, look at those. They go right up against the body of the helicopter, and they're very sleek. Again, it's very smooth. It's very just into it. And it holds its shape very nicely, and again, it covers up all this ugliness. Even if this stand wasn't here, I discovered that the helicopter is balanced enough it'll sit up on its own. I had a nose cannon up here. It looks like it might have clipped off somewhere. I'm gonna have to find that or just replace it. It was some very simple parts. It was just a, you know, just a 1x2 plate with the bar, a jumper, a 1x2 jumper, and then one of those little control stick things for nose cannon. Just very basic, gets the point across, just like Lego would do, but it was apparently not sturdy because it's not there now. Ooh. Just like the Hellfire missiles. I didn't want to put flick fire missiles. I'm not a big fan of play features. I could have put flick fire missiles. I chose not to. Or spring-loaded cannons, or press a button and the chopper explodes or drops its payload or something. I don't want to do any of that. I very much can do it. I very much probably am going to do it, but I'm not going to do it. I think this has dragged on far long enough. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you for watching. It's greatly appreciated, as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned how to build something, or I've inspired you to build something, even if it's not this helicopter or any helicopter. I hope you guys just really enjoyed it. I do. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. If there's any improvements I can make to the helicopter, if you know your parts, go ahead and list them, because I'm all ears and I've got plenty of parts, I'd say, to go ahead and try to make an upgrade. Again, slap that like button, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Have a great one. Day, night, whatever time it is in Canada.